Discover the gray rock method, an empowering strategy for those overcoming narcissistic abuse. In this video, we explore 10 key aspects of this method, revealing how individuals employ it as a shield for their emotional well-being. Unveil the tactics that empower victims to navigate the complexities of relationships with narcissists and regain control over their lives. 1. Maintaining emotional detachment. The cornerstone of the gray rock method lies in maintaining emotional detachment. Victims of narcissistic abuse strategically distance themselves from emotional engagement with the narcissist. By adopting an emotionally neutral stance, individuals create a protective shield that prevents the narcissist from exploiting vulnerabilities or eliciting emotional responses. This deliberate choice to disengage emotionally is a proactive step toward preserving one's mental and emotional well-being. Emotional detachment involves resisting the urge to react to the narcissist's provocations or manipulations. Instead of being drawn into the emotional turmoil orchestrated by the narcissist, individuals consciously choose to remain unaffected. This practice serves as a powerful self-defense mechanism, allowing victims to reclaim a sense of control over their emotional responses and navigate the relationship with greater resilience. By mastering emotional detachment, individuals using the gray rock method create a psychological barrier that disrupts the narcissist's usual tactics. This newfound emotional autonomy is a crucial aspect of breaking free from the cycle of manipulation and asserting one's independence within the relationship dynamic. 2. Limited personal sharing. A fundamental principle of the gray rock method involves limiting personal sharing to shield oneself from the potential exploitation of vulnerabilities by the narcissist. Victims recognize that sharing intimate details of their lives can become fodder for manipulation, as narcissists often use personal information to gain power and control. Individuals employing the gray rock method become adept at discerning what aspects of their lives are safe to share and what should be kept private. This intentional withholding of personal information serves as a protective measure, ensuring that the narcissist is denied the ammunition needed for emotional manipulation. By drawing boundaries around the extent of personal disclosure, individuals reclaim a sense of autonomy over their narrative. This deliberate limitation on personal sharing becomes a strategic tool in disempowering the narcissist and maintaining control over the information flow within the relationship. 3. Neutral facial expressions. In the realm of non-verbal communication, neutral facial expressions play a pivotal role in the gray rock method. Victims consciously adopt facial expressions devoid of emotional cues, denying the narcissist the satisfaction of eliciting expected emotional reactions. Neutral facial expressions serve as a visual shield, concealing the victim's true emotional state and disrupting the narcissist's attempts to gauge their impact. By presenting an emotionally neutral facade, individuals using the gray rock method create a barrier that hinders the narcissist's ability to manipulate through facial expressions. This intentional emotional flatness conveys a message of resilience and strength. It communicates to the narcissist that their attempts to provoke emotional responses are futile, establishing a sense of empowerment for the individual employing the gray rock method. 4. Monotonous tone and speech. A key auditory component of the gray rock method involves adopting a monotonous tone and speech pattern. Victims consciously avoid inflections and variations in their voice, creating an emotionally unresponsive communication style that denies the narcissist the satisfaction of emotional engagement. This deliberate choice in tone and speech serves as a protective shield, preventing the narcissist from using the nuances of speech to manipulate or provoke reactions. The monotony in communication becomes a tool for maintaining control over the emotional atmosphere within interactions. Individuals employing this aspect of the gray rock method convey a sense of emotional resilience through the steadiness of their voice. By choosing a monotonous tone, they actively disrupt the narcissist's attempts to exploit the emotional dimensions of communication, contributing to a more empowered and controlled interaction. 5. Limited eye contact. Limited eye contact is a subtle yet impactful element of the gray rock method, playing a crucial role in minimizing the exchange of emotional energy between the victim and the narcissist. Victims intentionally reduce eye contact as a means of establishing emotional boundaries and safeguarding their internal emotional space. Eye contact is a powerful form of nonverbal communication, and by limiting it, individuals create a visual barrier that contributes to the overall emotional detachment advocated by the gray rock method. This practice communicates a deliberate disengagement, preventing the narcissist from establishing the usual emotional connections. The intentional avoidance of prolonged eye contact becomes a strategic tool for individuals employing the gray rock method, reinforcing their commitment to emotional self-preservation. By controlling this aspect of nonverbal communication, victims actively shape the dynamics of their interactions and shield themselves from the emotional manipulations of the narcissist. Surprisingly, 80% of our audience hasn't subscribed. Please click the subscribe button and give this video a like to support us in the YouTube algorithm. Thank you. Now let's continue, shall we? 6. Redirecting conversations to superficial topics. In the gray rock method, a crucial tactic involves deftly redirecting conversations to superficial topics. Victims, aware of the potential for manipulation in emotionally charged subjects, skillfully guide discussions towards mundane or uninteresting matters. This intentional redirection serves as a protective shield, thwarting the narcissist's attempts to delve into sensitive areas or extract emotional responses. Those using the gray rock method become adept at subtly steering conversations away from topics that could be exploited for manipulation, safeguarding their emotional well-being. By engaging in discussions that are superficial or unremarkable, victims establish a neutral ground where emotional manipulation is less likely to occur. This strategic use of conversational redirection becomes a powerful tool for maintaining autonomy within the relationship and preventing the narcissist from dictating the emotional tone of interactions. 7. Creating psychological distance. The gray rock method's success hinges on creating psychological distance, a key aspect embraced by victims for their well-being. Establishing clear boundaries becomes vital, fostering autonomy and self-protection within the relationship. This intentional distancing requires conscious efforts to emotionally disengage from manipulative tactics, allowing individuals to break free from the emotional entanglements of narcissistic relationships. By strategically setting limits on the narcissist's influence, victims reclaim control over their emotional and mental landscapes, preventing encroachments on personal space and autonomy. 8. Responding with brevity. Responding with brevity is a distinctive feature of the gray rock method, emphasizing the power of concise answers to limit the narcissist's ability to extract information or provoke emotional reactions. Victims understand that brief responses deny the narcissist the opportunity to manipulate through extended dialogue. This intentional brevity serves as a shield against the narcissist's attempts to engage in prolonged discussions that may lead to emotional manipulation. Individuals employing the gray rock method become skilled at conveying their points succinctly, reducing the potential for the narcissist to find openings for manipulation within their responses. The art of responding with brevity communicates a sense of assertiveness and control over communication dynamics. By choosing concise replies, victims actively manage the scope and direction of interactions, contributing to a more empowered and protected emotional space. 9. Appearing unavailable. Individuals using the gray rock method recognize the value of appearing unavailable as a strategic tool for self-preservation. By managing their time and commitments with intentionality, they limit the narcissist's access to them, reducing opportunities for manipulation and ensuring a degree of autonomy in their lives. The intentional appearance of unavailability communicates a message of self-importance and personal boundaries. Victims understand that controlling their availability is crucial for preventing the narcissist from infiltrating their personal space and influencing their emotional well-being. Appearing unavailable involves setting clear boundaries on the time and energy dedicated to interactions with the narcissist. This deliberate choice becomes a shield against the potential intrusions of manipulation, reinforcing the individual's commitment to maintaining control over their personal and emotional boundaries. 10. Implementing boundaries. Central to the gray rock method is the implementation of clear and firm boundaries. Victims recognize the importance of setting limits on the narcissist's behavior and influence to safeguard their emotional and mental well-being. Boundaries serve as a powerful shield against the encroachments of manipulation and control. Establishing boundaries involves a deliberate and assertive communication of what is acceptable and unacceptable within the relationship. Individuals using the gray rock method become adept at identifying and communicating their limits, creating a protective barrier that defends against emotional exploitation. Boundaries also provide a framework for self-empowerment, allowing individuals to reclaim control over their lives. By implementing and enforcing boundaries, victims actively resist the narcissist's attempts to dictate the terms of the relationship, contributing to a more balanced and empowered dynamic. The gray rock method stands as a formidable strategy for those who have endured the harrowing effects of narcissistic abuse. By employing techniques such as emotional detachment, limited personal sharing, and maintaining a neutral demeanor, individuals effectively shield themselves from the manipulative tactics of narcissists. As a powerful tool for self-preservation, the gray rock method empowers victims to regain control over their lives and emerge from the shadows of narcissistic manipulation with strength and resilience.